When you look at the ground, you might see nothing but dust. Flat, brown and boring, nothing special. You might detest dust when it gets on your clothes, curse it when it gets up your nose. Or when you touch the ground, you might feel nothing but dirt. Gritty, grimy, your mother doesn't like it, no. Dirt and dust, they got a bad reputation. So let me introduce you to soil. Soil is amazing, it keeps us alive. Would you believe without it we could not survive? Fed income, this might come as a shock, but there is nothing between our life and solid rock but soil. Soil is actually full of energy, enough living power to grow a mighty tree. And it's teeming with life, microbes of every kind. You see it through a microscope, it's gonna blow your mind. Soil may stretch out for hectares around, but underneath your feet it's just a few meters down. And it's precious. 1 centimeter could take between 100 and 1,000 years to make. Yeah, but soil can be damaged. It's like you or I. If it's knocked around or poisoned, it can sicken or die. And neglected, disrespected, it can be badly hurt. So don't treat the soil. No, don't treat the soil. Don't treat the living soil like dirt. If I could fly like a wedge-tailed eagle, I would soar through the sky, with the wind to lift my wings above the landscape. I would fly, I'd see all the land below me, from the mountains to the ocean, see the farmland and the forest and the river in slow motion. If I could fly like an eagle flies, if I could creep like a lyrebird, I'd step lightly on the ground. I'd go gentle through the forest, I would move with scarce a sound. I'd be cool in the ferny gullies, shaded by the mountain ash. I'd see the blue wren's feathers shining and the yellow robin flash. If I could step lightly like a lyrebird. If I could wade like a spoonbill, I would wander through the swamp. I'd go fishing in the wetland by the sedge's reedy clump. I'd see the wind ruffle the water and the chestnut teal take flight. I'd hear the frogs call out in chorus in the early hours of night. If I could wade in the water like a spoonbill, and if I could whistle like a shrike thrush, what a story I would share of open forest woodlands, eucalyptus in the air, of the hot hush of summer, shining gum tips in the spring, cicadas sound waves stirring, or the bellbud's glassy ring. If I could sing out my story like a shrike thrush. How many different eyes can you look through? How many different points of view? Every living thing needs the land. We fit together like a jigsaw. Yes, we do. Together like a jigsaw. Yes, we do. How many different eyes can you look through? How many different points of view? Every living thing needs a land. We fit together like a jigsaw. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. How many different eyes can you look through? How many different points of view? Every living thing needs a line. We fit together like a jigsaw. Yes, we do. We fit together like a jigsaw. Yes, we do.
We are compost makers, we make compost well. We know how to make it so it will not stink or smell. If you pay attention, you can make it too. Listen to our good advice and you'll know what to do. Take food scraps from the kitchen to a suitable outside spot, and mix them up with old lawn clippings and tea leaves from the teapot, apple cores, fallen leaves and next door's old dead cat, some cow dung, chook poo, horse manure and Uncle Headley's hat. Microorganisms are living in the soil. They do all the decomposing work and all the toil. So add a couple of layers of good garden earth, and all those microbeasts will multiply for all they're worth. In your food scraps from the kitchen, in a suitable outside spot, mix them up with old lawn clippings and tea leaves from the teapot, apple cores, fallen leaves and next door's old dead cat, some cow dung, chook poo, horse manure and Uncle Headley's hat. Compost should be airy, damp but not too dry, so water it a little bit and turn it from time to time. Don't let it get soggy or it will puke and pong. If it's on the bugle, boys, you know you've done it wrong. So save your kitchen food scraps, don't put them in the bin. Develop a sense of humus with your next of kin. Learn to work together, follow nature's way. Listen to our song and start your compost heap today. Take food scraps from the kitchen to a suitable outside spot, and mix them up with old lawn clippings and tea leaves from the teapot, apple cores, fallen leaves and next door's old dead cat, some cow dung, chook poo, horse manure and Uncle Headley's hat.
Just below the ground, not far away, there's another world, a fascinating place. Through the microscope you can see the creatures there, microbeasts from inner space. There are millions and millions of beasties in the soil. They have a most important work to They help to rot away the rubbish and the leaves. They break it down and turn it into plant food. If you care to look with your naked eye, beetles, mites and spiders you can see. Earwigs and ants with their claws and jaws, chomping up the sticks and twigs and leaves. And there's different kinds of worms, nematodes that squirm, earthworms, potworms and worms that are flat, centipedes and millipedes with lots and lots of legs, and symphalids about as big as that. But there's much, much more than meets the eye. Microscopic molds and furry fungi, and bacteria with long fancy names, Clostridium, Rhizobium and Nitrosomani. And they're all busy living, growing and dividing, breathing, feeding and surviving. And because they are there, the soil is very well, and all the plants that grow in it are thriving. Just below the ground, not far away, there's another world, a fascinating place. Through the microscope you can see the creatures there, microbeasts from inner space. What am I wearing?
You're wearing a jumper.
What is it made of?
It's made of wool.
Where does wool grow?
It grows on a sheep, and to grow that wool a sheep has to eat. And a sheep eats the good green grass, and the grass grows on the land.
Alice, you have a turn.
What am I eating? A brown bread sandwich. What is it made of? Slices of bread. What's in bread then? Wholemeal flour.
Yes, and yeast and water, and you cook it about an hour.
And flour is made from grains of wheat, and the wheat grows on the land. Lots of things around me, things I can see or touch with my hand. Most of the things I have or need are linked somehow to the land.
Now you have a turn, Kate.
What about this one? What am I drinking? Fresh squeezed orange juice. What is it made of? Oranges, of course. And where does an orange grow?
Now let me see. An orange has to grow on an orange tree.
And an orange tree's roots are deep in the soil, and the soil is part of the land. Well, we all knew that one. Now I'll see if I can trick you this time. What am I drinking? Cool, clear water. Where did it come from? Out of the tap. What's the tap joined to? A pipe underground, which goes to a big dam a long way from town. And the dam is filled from rivers all around, and the rivers flow through the land. Lots of things around me, things I can see or touch with my hand. Most of the things I have or need are linked somehow to the land.
Now it's your turn.
Yes, now it's your turn.
Find out where these things come from.
Glass and paper,
Eggs and cheese.
chocolate cake, fizzy drink, honey and bees, books and pencils.
And bicycle wheels. Find out
Which ones come from the land?
It may surprise you.
It may surprise you.
I am an earthworm, and I'm a friend to you. I make little tunnels in the earth to let the air and water through. The soil is my dinner and tea, and the soil is my home. And me cousins, when we work together, turn dirt into fertile loam. Loam. That's when the soil is all soft and crumbly. Now this is a bit embarrassing, but I'll tell you 'cause you're my friend. All the leaves and soil I eat come out my other end. It's called worm castings, and it's full of minerals and such. It's good for the plants, it helps them grow, and they like it very much. I don't live very long, just 1 year or 2. And all my life I'm working hard to make good soil for you. So if you find me, cover me up, don't leave me high and dry. 'Cause the birds might eat me, or in the hot summer sun I'll shrivel and die. Well, I'm off. Gonna get a wriggle on now. All this talk about birds is making me nervous. See you later.
Tunnel and wriggle and squirm, that's the life of an earthworm, hidden under the ground, under the garden, under the grass. We can feel vibrations from your footsteps as you pass. Like miniature plows, little by little for hours and hours, we're burrowing through the soil, keeping it loose, making it good. So you can grow your flowers and your grasses and your food. Pick one of us up, but be gentle. See our segments, count them if you can. Our skin is very sensitive, we have no hearing or sight. When you dig us out of the earth, we do the twist for all we're worth. It gives us a shock to be out there in the light. When it's bitterly cold, we burrow deep below, 6 feet down, make us a hollow, line it with stones. Sleep the winter safe and happy, curled up and alone. If you find us in the spring, look for our saddle. Underneath is a riddle and mystery. Find out if you can how our babies come to be. We're both a father and a mother, still we need to find another, though each of us is both a he and a she.
That will keep them thinking.
Oh, I bet they'll never work that one out.
Bit different from them, eh?
What did you want?
Down in the cool and the dark, under the leaves, under the bark, out of the blazing sun. This is our home, this is our life. Work to do, plenty to eat, no trouble or strife.
As we drive out in the country, through my window I can see hills and mountains sort of moving along beside of me. Some of those hills are green and brown, some are misty blue, some are jagged with rocks and ridges, some look really smooth.
I have seen them, I can draw them, mountains rising from the land.
Sometimes we stop on a high up hill and look at the view below. Paddocks like a patchwork quilt, crisscrossed with lanes and roads.
The green patch could be a loosened crop, and the yellow one is wheat. There are clumps of trees and a shining dam and a wiggly winding creek. I have seen them, I can draw them, patchwork paddocks on the land. Then it's back into the car for a long, long drive, and I'm looking out the window as the land goes by. Then we stop for a roadside picnic, and there's more things I can see. There are sheep in the shade of a big red gum, and cockatoos in the trees, and a hawk is sitting on a fence post, and there's bees in the wattle bough, and a willy wagtail is hopping around on the back of a red-brown cow. I have seen them, I can draw them, birds and animals on the land.
Then at last we arrive at our friend's farmhouse, and the dogs run out to meet me. And I jump from the car and I run around, 'cause I'm so glad to be free.
Then I climb the fence and I race to the creek, to the willows that I love. And I lie on my back and I look through the trees to the sky and clouds above. I can draw myself in the picture. I am part of this good land. Trees go green, nice to be seen, healthy soil and the rivers run clean. Underground water deep below, that's nice, that's the way it ought to go. New plan, white man, axe and ripsaw clear the land. Chop down trees on hill and plain, land lying open to the sun and rain. Rain falls down, not much sound, soaks right into the underground. Trees are gone now, they can't catch it, blown out cover, so we better watch it. Town and farm, what's the harm? Food in our tummy and cash in our palm. Seemed okay for 200 years, but now we're in trouble right up to our ears, 'cause the water table, that's no fable, is rising up faster than we are able to cope with, girl. It's bringing up salt. Seems like time to call a halt. Halt, halt, halt the salt. Salt's okay in Vegemite, salt's okay in the sea, but salt in the soil means everything's spoiled. So come on, plant that tree. Come on, plant that tree. Well, here comes us, making a fuss, going to the country by train and bus, working together, lending a hand, putting in trees to mend the land. Putting in trees, that's no breeze, aching backs and dirty knees. But we don't care, we're tough enough, and we don't give up when the going gets rough. We won't stand by while the land gets sick. We'll do our bit, and we'll do it quick. Salt's okay in Vegemite, salt's okay in the sea, but salt in the soil means everything's spoiled. So come on, plant that tree, yeah. Come on, plant that tree. Come on, plant that tree. Come on, plant that tree, yeah.
came from the farms of Europe, and we cleared the trees from the land. But the balance of bushland, rocks and rain, we did not understand. How could we have ever imagined, when we cut the forests down, that this would cause the water to rise from deep below the ground? You see, much of our land is porous land, and it lets the water in, and without the trees to stand between, too much rain soaks in, and an underground flood is rising, bringing salt up by degrees, and our land will turn into salty waste if we don't replace the trees. But we can hope the salt help heal the land. We can plant trees with our own two hands. We can bring back the balance a little each year, till the soil is sweet again, and all the rivers run clear. Well, you can't drink salty water or grow food in salty soil, and it breaks your heart when the farms go broke and you see what the salt has spoiled. But we found now a task that we can do, and everyone here agrees that to help the land we can lend a hand and plant 1,000,000 trees. Yeah, we can hope the salt help heal the land. We can plant trees with our own two hands. We can bring back the balance a little each year, till the soil is sweet again, and all the rivers run clear. We can hope the salt help heal the land. We can plant trees with our own two hands. We can bring back the balance a little each year, till the soil is sweet again, and all the rivers run clear. From South Australia's dry lands to Esperance sandy plains, from windswept West Victoria to places where it hardly ever rains, there's a new way of working, and it's working like a charm, and it's starting with the farmers, and it's happening on the farm. And they're making space and fencing off with post and wire coil. They're searching out the old seed trees and preparing seedbed soil. They are eradicating rabbits and knocking out the weeds, adapting tools and techniques, and sowing seeds. They're growing trees from tiny seeds by tens of thousands, row by row. Planting trees by hand is fine, but it's just a bit too slow. But planting with a tractor, you get all the speed you need. Roads and laneways lined with trees, shelter for stock from the icy breeze, making corridors for birds and bees by sowing seeds. You Plant swamp gum, manicum, old river red gum, yellow box and new coxalon, black wattle and blackwood, that's acacia, melanoxylon. There's your old standby, your sugar gum, eucalyptus, calidocalix, with casuarina, tea tree, and melaleuca to balance up the mix. It's a practical solution, and the cost is not too dear. It's a quiet revolution, advancing year by year. So farm by farm the changes come, thought out and carefully planned. The forest net across the country, holding down the land, growing trees by sowing seeds by tens of thousands, row by row. Planting trees by hand is fine, but it's just too slow. But that forest net will happen yet, and come with the speed we need. Along the roads across the plain, there'll be green arms stretched to catch the rain, to hold the soil and shield the grain. By sowing seeds. I'm a little seed, like a little ball. I'm buried in the ground and I'm very, very small. What do I need to make me grow? Water, sunshine, soil and air. Resting in the good ground, curled up tight, I had to drink of water 'cause it rained last night. Time for me to make a little root, stretching out like a little white foot. Time passes by and my root grows long. I'm feeling nice and warm, and I'm feeling very strong. Now from my side, something's coming through. Oh look, it's a shoot, and it's green and new. I'm waking up now in my garden bed, pushing up with my little green head. Grow and push till out I come. And I lift my face to the shining sun. My arms reach out to the blue, blue sky. See my green leaves growing up high. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I bend and I dance. I started as a seed, and now I am a beautiful plant. Water's always moving round. Clouds grow heavy, thunder One drop of water makes a splash, flicks away a few grains of earth. 2 drops of water make a bigger splash, flick away a few more grains of earth. And when many drops fall on the bare, bare ground, they can wash away the soil, take it on down. There is power in moving water. 1 drop of water makes a splash, flicks away a few grains of earth. 2 drops of water makes a splash, flicks away a few more grains of earth. And when many drops of water make a splash, flicks away a few more grains of earth. Take it on down. There is power. Many drops of water make a big splash, flicks away and wash away the grains of earth. Take it on down. There is power. Drops of water make a big splash, flick away and wash away the grains of earth. Take it on down. There is power. Many drops fall on the bare, bare ground. They can wash away the soil. Take it on down. There is power in moving water. Down, 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 rain has to fall down. And everything tries to catch it as it falls on country or town. And it splashes on rooftops, drips through trees, pours down on paddocks and plains. Everything tries to catch the water whenever it rains. Down, down, down and away, the rain runs down and away. It doesn't hang round in the place where it falls, though the trees might want it to stay. For it trickles into rivulets, creeks and streams, down gutters and gullies it goes, ever on down with a watery sound, till it reaches the river below. And there to the river in the valley, the rain at last has come. And all round the valley are the hills and the mountains where the raindrops' journey was begun. And all of the land that the running river gathered its water from is called a catchment, and everybody lives in one. If you cup your hands in front of you and hold them up to the sky, you can make a little catchment to catch the rain right in front of your eyes. Your fingertips are like the mountain tops, the creases are the creeks you see, and where your hands join together, that's the catchment's river running down through your arms to the sea. And a catchment is fine if there's forest on its mountains, deep pasture on the farms below. You need plenty of plants to catch that rain, make the running water go slow. But if the forests are gone, nothing is there to stop the water's flow. That's trouble for a catchment, 'cause the land will start to go. It'll wash down, 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 down. The precious soil will wash down, and the farmlands will be split with gullies, and the river go muddy and brown. So we gotta take care of the forests and land that we gather our water from. everybody lives in one. In the silent world of space, like a jewel of priceless worth, glowing green and shining blue, slowly turns the planet Earth. In her swirling cloak of cloud, miracle of land and water, oh, born of fire and of time, to the universe a daughter. Long the years and vast the time, day to night, to day returning. Slowly, slowly life arrives. So begins the planet's birthing. Flowers, creatures, birds, and trees. Rich variety delights her. Oh, in the space beyond the stars. Can there be another like her? People living on the earth have forgotten how to wonder, lost in speed and blind despair, hopelessly pollute and plunder. But there comes a sound of hope. Can you hear the children's voices?